Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. Death, therefore, the most awful of evils, is nothing to us, seeing that, when we are, death is not come, and, when death is come, we are not. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. It is better for you to be free of fear lying upon a pallet, than to have a golden couch and a rich table and be full of trouble. Be moderate in order to taste the joys of life in abundance. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. If thou wilt make a man happy, add not unto his riches but take away from his desires. We must exercise ourselves in things which bring happiness, since, if that be present, we have everything, and if that be absent, all our actions are directed toward attaining it. If a person fights the clear evidence of his senses, he will never be able to share in genuine tranquility. Of all the means to ensure happiness throughout the whole life, by far the most important is the acquisition of friends. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here. And when it does come, we no longer exist. All friendship is desirable in itself, though it starts from the need of help. He who least needs tomorrow, will most gladly greet tomorrow. Death is nothing to us, since when we are, death has not come, and when death has come, we are not. If you shape your life according to nature, you will never be poor. If according to people's opinions, you will never be rich. We need to set our affections on one good man and keep him constantly before our eyes, so that we may live as if he were watching us and do everything as if he saw what we were doing. You don't develop courage by being happy in your relationships every day. You develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. It is folly for a man to pray to the gods for that which he has the power to obtain by himself. Not what we have but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance. Contented poverty is an honorable estate. Therefore, foolish is the man who says that he fears death, not because it will cause pain when it arrives but because anticipation of it is painful. Against other things it is possible to obtain security, but when it comes to death we human beings all live in an unwalled city. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us as the confident knowledge that they will help us. I have never wished to cater to the crowd. For what I know they do not approve, and what they approve I do not know. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. Let no one delay the study of philosophy while young nor weary of it when old. Misfortune seldom intrudes upon the wise man. His greatest and highest interests are directed by reason throughout the course of life. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. I am grateful to blessed nature, because she made what is necessary easy to acquire and what is hard to acquire unnecessary. How unhappy are the lives of men! How purblind their hearts! If the gods listened to the prayers of men, all humankind would quickly perish, since they constantly pray for many evils to befall one another. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. I was not, I was, I am not, I care not. He who has peace of mind disturbs neither himself nor another. Vain is the word of that philosopher which does not heal any suffering of man. The wise man who has become accustomed to necessities knows better how to share with others than how to take from them. So great a treasure of self-sufficiency has he found. The time when you should most of all withdraw into yourself is when you are forced to be in a crowd. I never desired to please the rabble. What pleased them, I did not learn, and what I knew was far removed from their understanding. The most important consequence of self-sufficiency is freedom. We should look for someone to eat and drink with before looking for something to eat and drink. Empty is the argument of the philosopher which does not relieve any human suffering. The fool's life is empty of gratitude and full of fears. Its course lies wholly toward the future. He who says either that the time for philosophy has not yet come or that it has passed is like someone who says that the time for happiness has not yet come or that it has passed. We must free ourselves from the prison of everyday affairs and politics. If you wish to make Pythocles rich, do not add to his store of money, but subtract from his desires. Why should I fear death? If I am, then death is not. If death is, then I am not. Why should I fear that which can only exist when I do not? Long time men lay oppressed with slavish fear. Religious tyranny did domineer. At length the mighty one of Greece began to assent the liberty of man. Of all the things which wisdom acquires to produce the blessedness of the complete life, for the greatest is the possession of friendship. Is God willing to prevent evil, but not able? Then he is not omnipotent. Is he able, but not willing? Then he is malevolent. Is he both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? Is he neither able nor willing? Then why call him God? I write this not for the many, but for you. Each of us is enough of an audience for the other.